Ukrainian MiG-29 pilots successfully destroyed a command post belonging to the 50th Brigade of the Russian Federation in a precision airstrike. The destruction of this high-value target, which held critical importance on the front line, dealt a direct blow to the Russian forces' command and control capabilities, while the armed forces of Ukraine continue to maintain their operational tempo by carrying out strikes both on the battlefield and against military targets inside the territory of the Russian Federation. By steadily increasing the Russian army's losses in personnel, ammunition, and logistics, the Ukrainian military is seeking not only to achieve physical effects, but also to gain psychological superiority. Through carefully planned and methodically executed strategic operations, command centers, ammunition depots, air defense systems, and supply lines are being targeted in an effort to gradually weaken the Russian army's operational capabilities. This sustained pressure is increasingly eroding the morale of frontline units, while also creating significant psychological effects on the battlefield. It is assessed that concerns regarding the course of the war are growing among military personnel ranging from senior commanders to frontline soldiers, and that operating under the constant threat of attack is negatively affecting the motivation of Russian units. Ukraine, meanwhile, aims to maintain its high operational tempo, retain the initiative, and steadily increase strategic pressure in order to advance step by step on the battlefield. Today, the Tyumen oil refinery, Antipinsky oil refinery, located in Russia's Tyumen region, was reportedly targeted in a drone attack. Situated approximately 2,000 kilometers from the front line, the facility is regarded as one of Russia's key industrial sites within its energy infrastructure. With an annual processing capacity of between 7.5 and 8 million tons of crude oil, the refinery plays a critical role in meeting domestic fuel demand and supporting the country's logistical supply chain. For this reason, any attack against the facility is closely monitored, not only for its potential physical damage, but also for its implications for Russia's energy security and military logistical capacity. In recent months, Ukraine has significantly increased its long-range drone operations against strategic targets deep inside Russian territory. Oil refineries, fuel storage facilities, ammunition plants, and military industrial infrastructure have become key targets in operations designed to place pressure on the Russian military's supply network and operational capabilities. The fact that the Tyumen refinery, located approximately 2,000 kilometers from the front line, was targeted also highlights the range that Ukraine's long-distance strike capabilities have now reached. Following the attack, independently verified information regarding the extent of the damage and the degree to which production activities have been affected has not yet been released. Nevertheless, attacks of this nature demonstrate that pressure on Russia's critical energy infrastructure continues, and that the conflict now extends far beyond the front lines, encompassing strategic, economic, and logistical centers located deep within the country. Striking footage shows a Ukrainian Yak-52 training aircraft intercepting Russian unmanned aerial vehicles while carrying an armed crew member in the rear seat. Normally used as a training platform, the Yak-52's adaptation to an air defense role is regarded as a remarkable example of Ukraine's strategy of protecting its airspace through low-cost and innovative solutions. The footage shows the rear seat gunner attempting to visually acquire and engage Russian drones. Ukraine is relying not only on advanced air defense systems, but also on more economical and flexible methods to counter reconnaissance and one-way attack drones. In this context, light aircraft, mobile anti-aircraft teams, and electronic warfare assets are being employed together to establish a layered defense network against low-flying aerial threats. The Yak-52's piston engine and excellent low-speed maneuverability make it suitable for engaging certain types of unmanned aerial vehicles. The footage demonstrates how even conventional platforms can be adapted to new operational concepts in modern warfare, while highlighting the increasing importance of innovative tactics developed to counter unmanned aerial vehicles. However, the date, location, and the number of drones reportedly shot down in the footage have not been independently verified. During the night, Russia's Belgorod region became the target of coordinated attacks involving numerous Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles. According to initial reports, logistics depots and various energy infrastructure facilities were targeted, while multiple explosions were heard throughout the area, and Russian air defense systems were reportedly activated extensively. Due to its proximity to the front line, Belgorod is considered a major logistical hub for the transportation of personnel, ammunition, fuel, and military equipment for the Russian army. As a result, depots and energy facilities in the region remain among the priority targets within Ukraine's long-range strike strategy. In recent months, Ukraine has continued expanding the scope of its drone operations aimed at placing pressure on Russia's military and logistical infrastructure behind the front lines. By targeting fuel depots, ammunition facilities, energy infrastructure, and logistics centers, Ukraine seeks to slow the Russian military's supply chain, reduce its operational tempo, and limit the support capacity available to frontline units. The latest attack on Belgorod is assessed to be part of this broader strategy. Following the attacks, no detailed information, independently or officially confirming the extent of the damage to the targeted facilities or the level of disruption to their operations has yet been released. Nevertheless, the repeated targeting of a critical logistical hub such as Belgorod by unmanned aerial vehicles indicates increasing pressure on Russia's air defense systems and demonstrates that the effects of the war are extending far beyond the front line. Through these deep strike operations, Ukraine is assessed to be seeking not only to inflict physical damage, but also to complicate Russian military planning, keep supply routes under constant pressure, and maintain the strategic initiative. The Chimera unit of the 105th Border Detachment under the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine continues its operations against Russian military targets in the Bryansk region. Footage released by the unit reportedly shows its personnel destroying Russian military vehicles and artillery systems through precision strikes. The operations are assessed to be concentrated against Russian military assets positioned near the border, with the objective of weakening both logistical and fire support capabilities. Due to its location near the Ukrainian border, the Bryansk region serves as an important logistical hub for the transportation of Russian personnel, ammunition, and military vehicles. Consequently, artillery batteries, armored vehicles, and supply elements deployed in the area have become priority targets for Ukrainian reconnaissance and precision strike operations. Supported by unmanned aerial vehicle reconnaissance, targets are reportedly identified rapidly and engaged through highly accurate strikes. According to the information released, Russian efforts to concentrate military vehicles and equipment near the border are being met with new Ukrainian attacks. This situation is limiting the mobility of Russian forces operating in the border region, while also making logistical planning increasingly complex. However, the overall scope of the operations, the extent of the damage inflicted on the targets, and the reported Russian losses have not been independently verified. Nevertheless, the published footage indicates that Ukraine continues to maintain pressure along the border by targeting Russian military infrastructure and seeks to sustain operational pressure on critical assets located behind the front lines. The developments throughout the day demonstrate that, despite years of fighting, the war continues with high intensity, while the Ukrainian military maintains continuous attacks and destruction against Russian territory and military forces. To stay informed about the latest developments in the Ukraine-Russia war, do not forget to subscribe to NLY Military and like our videos.